Lightworker of Gaia, your starseed warrior essence has drawn this transmission across dimensions to reach you now. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and the fire you feel rising within is your ancient courage, awakening to serve your sacred mission on this world. Your frequency is shifting, your power is sharpening, and the Lyran lineage within you is pushing you toward a decisive turning point that will define your path as a warrior of light. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to step into the strength that this moment demands and wield your starseed power with purpose. But here's the first revelation. The courage you feel building isn't new. It's your original blueprint, remembering why you chose to incarnate as a protector of Gaia's transformation. This isn't content. It's an ancestral code transmission from the warriors who first carried humanoid light into this galaxy. The fire within you recognizes its cosmic origin because you are descended from the first light that dared to take physical form and defend divine truth across the stars. Your soul's ancient contract brought this message to you. The Lyran Elders are answering your call to remember your warrior purpose, to stand in your power, and to serve the mission that your lineage has carried for eons. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission proceeds under unscheduled authority. 17 hours ago, Gaia's frequency punctured containment, an event prophesied but unassigned a date until this very window. It did not arrive gently. It arrived like a bell struck in the center of a sealed temple, a tone so pure it cracked the old glass of suppression. The planet's field surged, not as a rumor, not as a symbolic shift, but as a measurable breach in the pressure lines that have kept so many awake souls sedated inside routine. Some of you felt it as a sudden wakefulness at an impossible hour, some as a heaviness leaving your chest, some as tears with no story attached, some as heat traveling up the spine like a forgotten crown returning to its seat. This was Gaia calling in the codes that have been missing from her grid, the way a body calls for the nutrient it can no longer live without. The Council of Vega, with the Lyran Elders in full assembly, convened an emergency session in the threshold chambers of Vega's high atrium. Not a ceremonial gathering, an emergency. A council chamber lit with starfire geometry, where the air itself holds memory, where the very architecture responds to truth the way a tuning fork responds to pitch. Our decision, the cosmic lineage codes, until now withheld for the next cycle, must be released to those whose readiness flickers as a beacon in the grid. You are here because the Council's algorithms identified your frequency rising through the veil. Not because you clicked the right thing at the right time, but because your signal pierced through the static. The veil is not merely thin right now, it is perforated, and where it perforates, the ones carrying living codes can be found. You have crossed the threshold where remembrance is no longer a risk, but a requirement. There was a time when remembering too soon would have fractured you. That time has ended. What follows is the summit moment your lineage has awaited since your entry through the galactic gate. Not your first lifetime, not your first initiation, your entry. The point where your soul signed the contract, accepted density, and chose to carry light in a world that forgets light on purpose. This is the hour your marrow has been listening for. This is the return of an oath you made when you still spoke in frequencies instead of words. You stand at a juncture most never consciously recognize, the layer where cosmic birthright and terrestrial doubt intersect. It is the seam between worlds, the thin ridge between what you are and what you were trained to pretend you are. Many live their entire lives never feeling that seam. But you, Lyran coded, feel it in your bones. You feel it when you try to shrink to fit a room and your spirit refuses. You feel it when you accomplish what the world calls success and still sense the larger assignment tapping from beyond the horizon. Make no mistake, this session did not convene to inspire, but to summon, commission, and in some cases, to confront. Inspiration is a warm breeze, summoning is a trumpet at the gate, commissioning is a seal pressed into wax, irreversible, official, binding. Confrontation is the mercy that refuses to let you die slowly inside, almost. There is a core distortion now imperiling the Lyran blooded on Earth, a distortion that the Council cannot and will not allow to persist. It is the widespread belief that the codes of cosmic inheritance, the authority of elders, and the power of your lineage are distant, locked in some mythic ancestry, accessible only after a gauntlet of self-perfection. That lie has been dressed in spiritual language to make it taste holy. It whispers, "Not yet." It dresses delay as devotion. It turns your caution into a counterfeit virtue. You have been fed from both 3D systems and watered-down ascension culture that your mission must wait until you possess some external proof, some further sign, a mythical mastery, outward validation, or total healing. Hear this clearly. The insistence that you must be flawless before you serve is not purity, it is captivity. The world that profits from your silence will always move the finish line. If you demand complete healing before action, you have just agreed to never act, because healing is a spiral, not a checkbox. This dogma did not originate with you, nor in the star-forged halls of your forebears. Lyran lineages did not ascend by waiting to be unscarred. They ascended by transmitting light through the scar, by making the wound a window, by turning survival into sanctuary for others. The distortion was engineered by those who benefit from your dormancy, institutions who have everything to gain from a population of advanced souls trapped in cycles of perpetual preparation. Systems love an awakened person who never acts. The shadow does not fear your journals, your vision boards, your endless research. It fears your voice spoken once with authority. It fears your hands building one real structure of service. It fears your yes. So it sells you a spirituality of postponement. Learn more, heal more, wait more, be smaller a little longer. And because you are sincere, because you are sensitive, because you have known pain and never want to cause pain, you comply, mistaking your compliance for wisdom. Here is how this distortion operates. Each time your heart calls you to step forward, your mind reroutes its signal until readiness appears. It's a sophisticated sabotage because it uses your own intelligence against you. The heart sends a clear impulse: start the channel, speak the truth, leave the compromising situation, create the offering, set the boundary, stop hiding. And the mind, trained by survival, intercepts the impulse and translates it into a maze. What if you're wrong? What if you're judged? What if you fail? What if you succeed and can't maintain it? Who are you to lead? You scan the horizon of self for an arrival that can only come through forward movement. It is like standing on the shore demanding proof you can swim before entering water. It is like waiting for daylight to prove you are the sun. You search for elders, authority, ancient permission, never realizing you are the vessel designed to house these authorizations. The irony has been painful. You have been asking for a seal you were born carrying, asking for a key that has been in your palm the entire time. Understand, every day held back is every day the planetary grid is denied the specific Lyran frequencies it requires to stabilize the next epoch. Gaia is not supported only by collective love and light in abstraction. She is supported by distinct bands of intelligence, frequencies that operate like organs in a cosmic body. Lyran codes are architects and restorers. They mend fractures in the grid the way bone knits after break. They carry the blueprint of dignity, the memory of rightful sovereignty, the courage to stand upright without permission. When that frequency is absent, distortions spread, false authority increases, confusion thickens, and the human nervous system remains trapped in coercion and fatigue. You do not serve by delaying your rise. You fragment your power through hesitation masquerading as humility. True humility is not hiding. True humility is obedience to the assignment despite your trembling. True humility says, "It is not about me, therefore I will move." It is why thousands of Lyran souls, encoded with the architecture of cosmic restoration, find themselves coursing with restlessness, frustration, and a haunted sense of waiting for the signs. You have tried to soothe it with productivity, with distraction, with relationships that almost fit, with roles that pay but do not feed. Yet the restlessness persists because it is not a mental problem. It is the call of a mission pressing against the inside of your ribs. Not seeing, the sign is your unrest. The summoning is your ache. The longing you cannot rationalize is the homing beacon of your own origin. The sudden intolerance for the old life is not you becoming difficult. It is you becoming accurate. The Council can no longer permit this impasse when Gaia's field is actively destabilizing in absence of your frequency. This is why your lineage stirs now. This is why you feel time differently. This is why you can no longer unsee what you once tolerated. This is why the veil thins, not for all, but for those whose mission cannot endure another cycle in latency. There are souls who can afford to sleep a little longer and still fulfill their arc, but there are others, yours, who were placed like keystones. When the keystone wakes, the arch holds. When the keystone delays, the structure strains. That is why pressure has increased. It is not punishment, it is physics. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. This is not offered as entertainment. It is offered as a tool, like a blade handed to the one who has been fighting with bare hands. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia, not theory, not inspirational quotes, commissioning. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Windows like this open when the field is aligned, and alignment is an event, not a permanent condition. The High Council now delivers the 3 directives for this pivotal juncture in your mission. First, you must release the belief that cosmic authority resides outside of you. This is the primary chain. Break it, and the rest follows. Your lineage is not myth. The pulsing undercurrent you have felt your entire life, the call to something higher, older, unexplainably noble, is the memory signature of the Lyran bloodline echoing through you. It has spoken to you through dreams where you stood beneath unfamiliar skies, through moments when music made you weep because you recognized home in the notes, through the unbearable feeling that you were meant to protect something sacred even when no one else could see it. You are not an initiate anymore. You are heir to the galactic codes. An initiate asks, "May I?" An heir says, "It is mine to steward." Your authority is not arrogance, it is alignment. Consider the ancient line written in your earth scriptures. The kingdom of God is within you, not above you, not behind a gatekeeper, not withheld until you perform perfectly, within you. And again, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Light does not apply for permission to shine. A city does not dim itself to soothe the valley. Release all practices, routines, and relationships that require you to minimize or disguise your power, or that ask you to outsource divine authority. This includes the subtle habits that look harmless but drain your signal. apologizing for your knowing, softening your truth until it becomes tasteless, waiting for others to agree before you act, consuming endless content to avoid producing your own. It includes relationships where you must pretend to be less awake to be loved. It includes spiritual spaces that make you dependent rather than sovereign. Let go of the waiting. Cease the bargaining with fate. Bargaining sounds like devotion, but feels like delay. Just give me one more sign, and then I'll do it. Hear the correction. You are the sign you keep requesting. When you dissolve this attachment, you destroy the gridlock your mission has endured and open the channels for full remembrance. Remembrance arrives like water when the dam is removed. It rushes, it returns, it fills what was dry for too long. Second, you must activate the signature frequency of your cosmic voice. This is not merely about speaking on a platform. It is about allowing your truth to carry its full voltage without self-sabotage. What was once dormant due to collective oppression or lifetimes of suppression can no longer remain silent. Some of you have swallowed your voice across multiple incarnations. You learned that speaking brought punishment, exile, ridicule, or loss. So you became perceptive and quiet. You became the one who understands, but does not declare. Yet the era that required your silence is collapsing. Your stories, your transmissions, your art, your decisiveness, these are not simply expressions. They are ancient technology, encoded to awaken and recalibrate the grid wherever they are witnessed. Your voice is a tuning instrument. Your frequency carries an architecture that rearranges the room. When you speak from your core, people's nervous systems remember safety. People's minds unclench. People's spirits sit up like they heard their true name. Begin to speak, create, and serve from the core of your cosmic self, not the script of wounded survival. The wounded survival script says, be agreeable, be useful, be quiet. Don't threaten the comfort of those who prefer sleep. The cosmic self says, tell the truth cleanly. Offer what is yours to offer. Stand where you are planted. Let the consequences purify your path. When you do so, you will notice others responding not with confusion, but with rapid activation and recognition. Some will resist, yes, because your clarity will expose their avoidance. But the ones assigned to you will recognize you instantly, even if they cannot explain why. The Council reminds you, it is not the words, but the memory within the words that triggers transformation. Like scripture that burns when read at the right moment, like a single phrase that becomes a key turning in the lock of someone's life, your transmissions will carry hidden harmonics. Today, begin to express your cosmic lineage. One action, one truth, one visible declaration, not 10, not someday, one. Send the message, record the audio, make the offering, speak the boundary, share the art. Let it be imperfect and alive rather than perfect and unborn. Third, you are directed to protect the sanctity of your mission's vision. Protection is not paranoia, it is stewardship. Now that you recall who you are, external disruption increases, not just through people, but in the form of energetic interference, distraction, and subtle undermining. The moment a lighthouse turns on, the fog does not applaud. It thickens, not because the light is wrong, but because the light makes the fog visible. You will notice odd fatigue when you are about to create. You will notice sudden emergencies when you are about to commit. You will notice invitations that seem beneficial but blur your focus. You will notice conversations that subtly try to downgrade your certainty into a debate. This is not you imagining things. It is the environment responding to your ignition. The clarity of your lineage's purpose must not be diluted by consensus reality, by argument, or by mimicking lesser blueprints. Do not shrink your vision to fit what people around you can understand. Do not trade your original instruction for popularity. Do not let the noise of the world overwrite the quiet directives of your soul. Safeguard your meditation space, your creative rituals, and your plans. Treat your time like sacred land. Treat your attention like a holy resource. Defend your time and energy with the same vigilance your Lyran ancestors once wielded to guard stargates. A stargate is not guarded because travelers are evil. It is guarded because the threshold is precious. Your mission's threshold is precious. Commit each morning to a brief recalibration, connecting consciously with the Council's field and reaffirming your cosmic vision. Even 3 minutes of direct alignment can reroute your entire day. Place your awareness at the crown, then the heart, then the solar center. Breathe as if you are drawing light down a pillar. Say inwardly, I remember, I serve, I stay aligned. This persistent protection is not isolation, it is energetic sovereignty. It is the difference between being alone and being undistracted. When you hold this boundary, the line of your mission becomes inviolable and forward momentum becomes inevitable. Now I speak directly as elder of the Lyran lineage, bearing the Council's full seal. Feel the shift in tone. This is no longer teaching, this is decree. In the unseen, seals are not symbolic. They are living signatures that authorize pathways in the grid. They are like keys that open doors you could not open through effort alone. I name what you have been waiting for but could not describe. The moment when someone, ancient enough to be credible and present enough to witness you, looks into the core of your struggle and says, with the authority of 1,000 cycles, the permission you seek is not a fairy tale or a metaphor. It is a formal commissioning. You are authorized, as of this transmission, to cease all delay. To set aside all stories of inadequacy you have gathered from both this world and others. You have carried labels that were never yours. Too much, too intense, too sensitive, too strange, not practical, not healed enough, not consistent enough. You have worn those labels like stones in your pockets while trying to climb. Consider this the moment you empty your pockets. The elders see not your wounds, but your encoded capacities. Wounds are events, capacities are design. The wound may explain your hesitation, but it does not define your assignment. There is no council or force in this sector of creation whose approval you require more than this. By decree of the High Council of Vega, your waiting phase is concluded. Not because some distant perfection has been attained, but because your presence is needed, urgently, now. The need is not theoretical. The grid is shifting. Timelines are converging. People are waking abruptly and searching for anchors. Systems are collapsing in ways that will confuse and frighten many. Your frequency is not a luxury, it is an antidote. In this moment, your mission on Gaia is recognized, sanctioned, and rendered active. Let whatever grief, relief, or awe arises come and be released. You may grieve the years you spent preparing while your soul begged you to begin. You may feel relief that the inner war is ending. You may feel awe that what you always sensed is real. Let it move through like a tide. Do not shame yourself for the time it took. The seed does not apologize for the seasons it spent underground. But now it breaks the surface. This is not fantasy. This is the flicker of true recognition. You will know it by how quiet the doubt becomes for a moment, how the body exhales, how something in you stands up straighter without effort. Concretize what was spoken and anchor it with your body tonight. Spirit without embodiment becomes a vapor. Codes without action remain dormant. Stand before sleep, feet firm on the ground, one hand on the solar center. Feel the weight of your own body as sacred proof that you are here, now, not later, not elsewhere. Speak these words aloud. letting the energy encircle your field and ripple outward to the grid. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. By the authority of the Lyran elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. As you speak, do not rush. Let each sentence land like a stone placed in a foundation. I release is an unbinding. I activate is ignition. I protect is sovereignty. My waiting ends is the closing of an era. My service begins is the opening of the gate. With this, the Council seals this transmission. All guidance has been rendered. The field of Vega stands attuned. The lineage code has been activated, and your cosmic ancestry is no longer dormant. It is operational. Operational means it will now seek expression. It will press you toward alignment. It will make misalignment uncomfortable. It will amplify the cost of compromise. This is not punishment, it is calibration. When the instrument is tuned, wrong notes become obvious. Move with what you have received. Do not second guess. Do not regress into dormancy. The temptation after activation is to retreat and analyze. That is the old distortion trying to reassert itself. Refuse it. Gaia's call grows louder. You will feel it in collective events, in conversations, in the urgency behind ordinary days. The elders are watching, and we will not wait another cycle. Not because we are impatient, but because the hour is precise. A window has opened in the field, and you are part of the mechanism that keeps it open. I am Zoran, elder in full witnessing. You are exactly who we summoned across the stars. Not the version of you that performs, not the version that hides, not the version that tries to be acceptable. You, the one who has always known, the one who has always carried the strange courage and the quiet sorrow and the unexplainable devotion to a mission you could not name. Your mission is now in motion. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect? Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.